New York this morning with a new exhibit at the Buffalo History Museum. It takes us back in time to a point where Buffalo was the center of the Western Hemisphere.
Wait, the world doesn't revolve around us?
Right.
Daybreak's Kevin O'Neill joins us live with more from one of my favorite places, the History Museum. Good morning, Kev.
Yeah, you've been here a few times. What's up, buddy? I want to welcome Mary Cruz Reyes, by the way, to the Daybreak team. Yeah, Pete's here. He's a regular, dealing with this guy, too. Tony Greco, Director of Exhibits. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. You've met Pete.
I've met Pete a few times.
You tossed a few stories our way.
He's fine.
Compare the Panamex. This is 1901. Is there a modern sort of comparison to it? I went with Epcot, but there's a better one.
The international kind of flavor of Epcot may be something that you could apply to this, but really World's Fairs were kind of their own thing.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of unfair to compare it to like the Erie County Fair or something. This was a celebration of the achievements of the Western Hemisphere and the nations of South Central and North America.
Okay, so this was in 1901. How long did this last?
It runs between May and November of 1901.
But the preparations, how long did it take?
Planning, they started planning it back in 1897. They intended to do it a couple years earlier, but the Spanish-American War got in the way. They bumped it back to 1901. The first building goes up in 1899.
How stunning it must have been in 1901 just to see like how lit up it was, and I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, for a lot of people, this would have been probably the first time that many people would have seen electricity used to this extent. And of course, it's in this area because of the alternating current and Niagara Falls and Tesla and Westinghouse.
Thank you, Tesla. Absolutely. And this is the only the relation of this building to the Pan Am Exposition.
Yeah. So the purpose of this exhibit is to kind of provide guests with an orientation of what the exposition was, but also why this building is here. The Buffalo History Museum today was built as the New York State Pavilion at the Pan Am Exposition. So they would have receptions here, there would be exhibits about New York State, and then after the exposition ended, it was turned over to the Historical Society.
What were all the buildings made out of? Paper mache?
We're the only building that, again, we're the only permanent one, so we're made of marble and steel. There was only one other building that had a steel infrastructure, that was the electric tower. All the others were made of lumber framing and then this plaster material called staff.
And just knocked down right afterwards.
Knocked down after the exposition.
And this is going to be here for several years. What's the name of this, the main room here?
This is the State Courtroom.
The State Courtroom. Within the Buffalo History Museum. It's going to be here for a few years, which will include the 125th anniversary of the Pan Am Exposition.
Love it. All right. Thanks very much, Kev.
Yeah, I think a